Welcome to Co-Pilot Podcasts. You know that moment when someone says they're not a preacher, but then proceeds to preach? Today, we're diving into Steve Harvey's complex relationship with God, faith, and the public eye.
And it's fascinating because Harvey's faith journey really challenges our traditional understanding of religious leadership.
Right? I mean, here's a guy who's gone from stand-up comedy to becoming this massive voice in Christian culture. But there's so much more to unpack here.
According to recent articles, Harvey's faith is actually a significant aspect of his life that resonates deeply with his fans and followers.
But what's really interesting is how he frames it, right? He's always saying, I'm not a preacher, but...
Exactly. And that's become his signature move. He's created this unique space where he can share his faith without the formal constraints of traditional ministry.
Let's start with his background. He grew up in a Christian household in Winsboro, West Virginia, right?
Yes, and those early experiences really shaped his approach to faith. He attributes much of his success to his steadfast belief in God.
But here's where it gets complicated. His journey hasn't exactly been straightforward.
You're referring to the controversies, aren't they? The search results show some interesting patterns in his personal life.
Yeah, like his history of relationships. The records show he's had some complicated moments there.
His first marriage ended in 1994, after 14 years and 3 children. It was a particularly difficult time in his life.
And yet, he's maintained this strong public Christian identity throughout it all.
That's what makes his case so interesting. He openly acknowledges his imperfections while maintaining his faith stance.
There's this quote from him that really stands out. Can you share it?
He said, "I'm not a perfect Christian, ya dig? But my life has gotten to this point. God has positioned me just this way."
That's pretty powerful stuff. He's basically saying you don't have to be perfect to be faithful.
Right. He continues with, "You can be an imperfect soldier and still be in the army, fighting for God Almighty."
But some religious leaders have concerns about his theology, don't they?
Yes, Ray Comfort and others have questioned what he truly believes and how it compares to traditional biblical teaching.
And yet, he's had some pretty remarkable moments of public faith expression.
Absolutely. In March 2024, he gave this incredible introduction of Jesus Christ that got a standing ovation from a secular audience.
Wait, what? At a comedy show?
Yes. It was at the close of one of his comedy nights. He turned the moment into this powerful testimony.
That's pretty bold, mixing comedy and faith like that.
And it's interesting because he's created this unique platform where he can do both without it feeling forced.
But let's talk about how he uses prayer in his career. That's a big part of his story, isn't it?
According to the sources, he frequently speaks about how prayer helps him navigate the pressures of the entertainment industry.
And he's pretty open about crediting God for his success.
Very much so. He's been quoted saying, "God has given me a life far beyond anything I ever dreamed about."
But there's this interesting tension between his faith and his public persona, isn't there?
Yes, and it's created some controversy. Some question whether he's using faith as part of his brand.
That's a pretty serious accusation.
It is, but the search results show he's been consistent in his faith message for decades, even before his major success.
Let's talk about his influence on other Christians. How do people respond to his approach?
Well, he's created this interesting middle ground. He shows you can be successful in secular entertainment while maintaining your faith.
But some of his stances have been controversial within the Christian community, right?
Yes, particularly his support of certain public figures who face serious allegations. It's caused some tension.
That must be challenging for his followers to reconcile.
It is, but he's always maintained that loyalty and friendship are part of his Christian values.
How does he handle criticism of his faith expression?
According to sources, he's pretty straightforward about it. He acknowledges his imperfections while standing firm in his beliefs.
That's quite a balancing act.
It is, and it's interesting how he's managed to maintain both his entertainment career and his spiritual influence.
Do you think his approach has changed how people view Christianity in entertainment?
The evidence suggests he's helped bridge a gap between secular entertainment and faith expression.
But it hasn't always been smooth sailing, has it?
No, there have been moments where his actions seem to contradict his proclaimed values.
Yet he's maintained his platform and influence.
Yes, and that speaks to how he's positioned himself as relatable rather than perfect.
What about his impact on younger Christians?
He's shown them that you can be successful and faithful without fitting into traditional religious molds.
But some might argue that's a dangerous message.
True, there's ongoing debate about whether his approach dilutes traditional Christian values.
It's fascinating how he's become this kind of unofficial spiritual leader.
Yes, and the search results show he's had a significant impact on how faith is expressed in popular culture.
Do you think that's ultimately been positive or negative for Christianity?
The evidence suggests it's been both. He's made faith more accessible, but also raised questions about authenticity.
Let's wrap this up. What's the key takeaway from Steve Harvey's faith journey?
I think it's that faith can be messy and imperfect, yet still genuine. His story shows both the challenges and possibilities of public faith.
And maybe that's what makes him relatable to so many people.
Exactly. He's shown that you don't need to be perfect to be faithful, just authentic about your journey.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode of Co-Pilot Podcasts.
And remember, as Steve Harvey would say, you can be an imperfect soldier and still be in God's army.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep questioning, keep growing, and maybe most importantly, keep it real.